Lascaux at the bar!
Hello, I'm Paul Murphy. I've been a publican for 18 years. I was the landlord of the Vikings Tun for 8 years between 2003 and 2011. The pub was a meeting place for the people that used it. It was a place where they could bring the kids, in general just go somewhere that they could meet other people from the estate. The local pubs help the community, whether it be somebody who's ill. The Vikings Tun raised £10,000 or £11,000 in a year for one of our locals who had cancer. She couldn't work and her husband couldn't work, so the local pub would generate some extra cash just to give them a bit of support. Without that community local, they wouldn't have had that extra. The kids that they had at the time would have been struggling along with no income coming in. Community locals are your bread and butter of your pub society, I suppose. The Viking Tun shut probably because, one, the economy, people losing jobs in general. I just never had the money to support the pub and go out. It was supplying an estate of 5,000 houses, but people had higher mortgages on that estate. In general, a lot of them couldn't afford to actually drink in the local pub. It's now a co-op store. It's serving the community, but instead of sitting in there and having a drink, they now buy a bottle of wine or a few cans of beer and take it home with them. In my 18 years as a publican, the industry's changed. In general, you'd have a pool team, darts team, which would generate some extra cash for you. But now there's not as many people going to the pubs, so those team events fall by the wayside as well. The government could have done more to help the community pubs by relaxing beer tax and putting a bit of a block on supermarkets selling beer at such a cheap rate. The supermarkets sell a bottle of beer for 50 pence and you sell the same bottle for £3 because you've got the tax, you've got the more overheads. The government seem to think that if they put the more tax they put on the beer, the less people will drink, but they're not taxing it at the right level because people will just go somewhere else where it's cheaper, like the supermarkets. So until they actually rein the supermarkets in from putting on beer which is priced at such a low price with no profit, it's a lost leader for them. The breweries could have done more to help. They've let their outlets go into disrepair. People wouldn't go to the pub because the pub was dishevelled, I suppose. The landlords that were running them at the time weren't making enough money to put back into the pub again. So the brewers held on to the money that they had. The property prices were always going up, so they knew that if they didn't do anything with the pub, it didn't make any difference to them because they still had the value of the property. But they were still charging the landlords extra rent, written in a contract that says that the rent cannot come down at any stage. The rent always goes up. So as you're getting less customers, less people using the pub because of the smoking bans, because of the economy, because of the nature of the business, the price, the tax and the increase in beer, then people just didn't have the income to support their standard of living. Vikings Tun, which is now a supermarket, could still have been a pub to this day. The brewery, which were Everard's at the time, decided that they could get more rent from a supermarket than they could from a person running the pub. While you're in the supermarket, you buy something else, so it's a bit ironic that the actual pubs are turning into supermarkets now.